Hey everybody, this is Allie. Welcome back to my channel, Color Mama 360. It's time for another video. So good morning, good middle of the night, good afternoon, depending on when you're watching. Today I'm going to be doing a flip through and honest review and opinions of Creative Haven Owldorable by Teresa Goodridge. So this just arrived yesterday, and I'm excited to flip through it with you guys. I'll be honest, I am not the kind of person that can not look at the book right away. So I have kind of looked through it a little bit, but haven't really formed or looked at it long enough to form like some strong opinions one way or the other. So I've just kind of flipped through it quickly, and now I want to flip through it and talk about it with you guys. So the first part of this video is going to be chatty, opinionated, just kind of my honest thoughts on the book. And then if you would like to see a silent flip through without the chattiness, at the end of the video, I will flip through it again to music. If you want to just skip ahead to that part, feel free to do so. So this is Owldorable by Teresa Goodridge. This is her, as far as I know, her newest release. And this is a little bit different for her, in my opinion. And so that's why I really wanted to get it, is because it reminds me of her gnome books, but instead of gnomes, it's owls. And so it's not like one of her themed books. I have a lot of her themed books. I have some of her autumn books, some of her Christmas books. I have Whimsical Gnomes, which is the gnome book, but this was a little bit different. So I thought that this looked like a really fun book. I ordered mine from Target as part of their buy one, get one 50% off deal. Now, it did arrive okay, except for right here. This was damaged a little bit. Otherwise, it is in pretty good condition. So I still am happier with Target's shipping versus Amazon's. But yeah, I did buy this with my own money as part of their buy one, get one 50% off. So looking at the book, we have this title page here, and this is one of the illustrations in a larger format throughout the book. This is probably one of my favorite ones. In fact, when I was thinking about what I would like to color in this book first, the full-size illustration of this was one that I was considering. So, and then you also have the colored image of this owl in the rain here. It's Dover Publications, which is the same publisher as all of her books. So right here you have a little bit of an intro and then the publishing information. And then we get into the illustrations. So let's take a look at them. I don't know why, but this just immediately reminds me of like summer, but also Valentine's Day. I don't know. These just like the way that this tree is, for some reason, reminds me of summer, but I guess it's actually kind of into a heart. So it's a great one for Valentine's Day. I'm actually filming this on Valentine's Day, so probably not enough time to color that one, but you could color any other time too. So cute. It has a little pot head. I mean, a pot on its head. Very summery as well. I think maybe this one goes through the seasons like a lot of her books do. This is one of my favorite ones too. This is really cute. I could actually see this one in kind of reds and browns and stuff. Almost make this one Valentine's Day as well. Oh, is this one? Yep. So there's the colored version. There's the uncolored version. I really like the colored version, actually. I love this color palette. I love the way that it looks. I might try to replicate that. I'm not very good at replicating things, though, so we'll see. But I really do like that color palette. Little family of owls. Super cute. I love the butterflies as well. Not too much of a background. I really like in Teresa Goodridge's books when it's kind of a background like this where you have separate areas. It's not just one large area. I do like just going in with an acrylic marker. I don't know. I like the effect it gives. This is another one of my favorites. See, and then you only really have the sky right here, so do acrylic marker for that as well. Haven't colored a lot of water in Teresa Goodridge books, so I'm not sure how well I would do with that. Nighttime scene. Looks like they're on the top of a house. Again, a big owl and some babies. That's cute. Flying a kite. I do like that the owls are doing things that are unrealistic for owls, but at the same time, like, I don't know. The paper feels the same as her other most recent books. To me, anyways. I don't know. I'm not a very good judge of paper without actually coloring on it. So this one kind of looks like he's falling. Like he fell out of the tree or something. This one's cute. I do like this one. Like I said, I do and I don't like the ones of the owls doing things that owls don't do. But I do like this one, and I like that it's like always fresh, always fresh. That's cute. I was watching somebody recently who was talking about how they don't like to color food, I think. I like to color sweets, but I'm not very good at it. So, on ice skating one. There are also, it seems like, quite a few images that have like a lot of owls. Like there's only a few so far that just have one. So, I don't know, depending on how much you actually like coloring the owls, that might determine if you would like this book. Usually she does have owls in her other books, but they're teeny tiny, like this size, maybe even smaller. So I don't know how I'll tackle her larger ones or what my approach will be for that. I do like this one. This is the other one I was considering doing for my first page. Would be a lot of brown though, I think, because they're like inside the hollow of the tree. So if the way that I would do it was probably do all of that brown, but then also all of this brown. And then I don't know how I would do the owls to make them stick out. You could do a fun color for the chair and the books, but it does seem like it would be a lot of wood colors. I think that was the only thing kind of turning me away from that one. Not probably one of my least favorite pages in the book. I like it, but I don't know. There's just a lot of things on this page that I don't particularly like coloring, like brick stuff like this, houses. It seems like her trees are drawn, at least these ones are drawn a little bit differently than she normally does them. This one's cute. You have some more food, but this time it's more like vegetables and ingredients and stuff versus pastries. Again, this feels like a little bit of a busier page. I like this better than the other one though. I think the reason the busier pages deter me a little bit is just because I've been having a hard time finding cohesive color palettes for pages. Um, yeah, when there's like a lot of different elements. Sorry, got distracted there for just a second. This one just kind of reminds me of the other one. Again, like more books. They're in a tree. playing chess. It kind of seems like this is almost a family of owls because you have like this owl that kind of reappears with the flower. We'll just call it a her, and then you have this one, and then you have smaller ones. So it kind of seems like it's maybe a family of owls that are doing different things. Really cute idea for them to play chess. I do like this one a lot as well. This would be a fun one to do for a birthday. This is very similar to ones that I've seen in her gnome books. She does have a lot of mushrooms and stuff in her gnome books, although her mushrooms look a little different. I don't remember her making them um, like these spots stand out as much in her other books, but I could just be misremembering. This definitely is reminiscent of those, though, those other books. Again, this one just has a lot going on. It's not that I don't like it, it's just it has a lot going on, and I would very much struggle to find a cohesive color palette, but that's a me thing. That's a problem that I have. Others probably don't have that problem. This is another one of my favorites, and this one I feel like is a little bit simpler and easier to attack for me. Easier to attack, I don't know. Easier to think of a color palette, keep it cohesive, because there's not quite as much going on. I'm very picky in that I want enough going on, but not a ton. I'm gonna move you guys out just a little bit. Hang on. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. Don't know, but so yeah, I really like that page. See, this one's kind of in the middle, but I almost wish it was just like the hills and the sky, like versus adding in the house and the trees, because then that starts to make it feel like a lot for me. Again, this isn't anything. I don't know if I've ever seen her draw faces on the pots before. That's kind of funny and different. There's this one. Again, lots of water, but that'll be a fun one. There's a little bit more of a autumn or Halloween themed one. So that's fun. You could make this like a haunted mansion type castle. Looks like they're camping in this one. It's definitely cold out though. They're camping in cold weather because they have scarves and hats and stuff. Or I guess just depending on where they're located. Here's that one from the title page that I am very much considering doing. See, her mushrooms are different right here. These are how I think she draws her, or how she has her mushrooms in the other books. Yeah, that's definitely a big contender for my first page in this book. Another party one. This reminds me of like New Year's. I don't know why, but it does. Maypole. I did think of doing this one too. I don't know how much spring coloring I'm going to start in March. Where I live, we've had a really weird season. So while March does feel like things with are ramping up spring wise normally, I'm a little concerned that it's not going to be that way, and then I'm going to be just sad because I'm coloring bright spring things and it's snowing and blizzarding outside. So I don't know. I know that just sounds silly, but um yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want to color spring pages, but then it also just feels weird. So I did think about doing this one though too. So I may still consider that one as well. This is a nice one too. It's kind of autumny to me because it has the scarecrow and the pumpkins. Oh, and of course, here's this one colored. So I actually really like that as well. See, there is a lot of brown though. Even this color version has a lot of brown. But the owls are gray, so that's nice. Now I wonder if I would want to keep the owls cohesive throughout the book or if I would care. Sometimes I'm weird about stuff like that, and sometimes I'm not. So I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Were the owls brown in the first one? I kind of feel like, yeah. See, I really like this color of the owl a little bit more than the gray. But then for this page, it would just blend right in. So I may need to do some different owls versus just keeping them cohesive throughout the book. We'll see. Okay, yeah, overall, my thoughts. I'm gonna give it a rating, 10 being like, this is my new favorite book. I'm gonna finish it. Best book ever. 1 being like, I'm thinking about returning this. It's just not my style. Doesn't have anything to do with the illustrator or anything like that. In fact, if you watch the channel, you know Teresa Goodridge is one of my favorites. So it's just kind of my coloring preferences and what I think based on my first impressions of the book. I would rate this one a 7. I think I was a little bit more excited for it than I feel now having looked at it. But there are some great pages that I am excited to color. So I think that's always a good sign. And even the pages that I'm not as excited to color, I could still see myself coloring. And that's a big thing for me. I want to see myself coloring every page. Even if it's not my favorite, I want to be able to see myself coloring every page. And now looking at this one again, I really like that one too. So yeah, there's a lot of pages in here that I love. I do still stand by my opinion that this is a little bit different for her. I feel like we've seen her Christmas books, her autumn books. We've seen her scenes, we've seen her gnomes, and now we get to see owls. And she has an otter. Is it otter? I think so. An otter book. Yeah, Otterly Adorable, coming out in a couple months, I think. And so my guess is that it will be similar to this kind of style, except for otters. Is that what we said? What? Yeah, I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. Instead of owls, and so that book is on my radar as well. I would like to color in this book in March, just to, I don't want it sitting around forever uncolored. So I kind of gave you a sneak peek of some of the pages that I'm considering. And then if you check out my March plans when that comes out, you will be able to see which page I chose. So I am going to stop the chattiness there. And if you would like to watch a silent flip through, that is going to start now. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this book and if you will be adding it to your list or not down in the comments. I hope that you enjoyed seeing something new that I got, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.